Hey guys, Big Tinny here, and today I want to talk about PvP rewards. Now, PvP has taken a very steep decline in terms of overall health and player base. PvP has been proven to be a pretty low priority when it comes to Blizzard's priority in terms of making the game just better and overall experience to play. PvP does not seem to be something that they are really too caring about, and this has been displayed numerous times with just really poor balance changes and really crappy rewards for PvP. And so we're going to talk about just why PvP rewards are super important, and even give some thoughts and ideas of some new systems that can be implemented to actually give PvPers what they deserve, actual rewards. Now, why are PvP rewards important? What's the importance of these rewards? It's simple. It's to keep players engaged. Not everybody is so set and focused on the prestigious levels and the gladiator titles and the rank 1 pushes. Not everyone is super focused on that. Some people just play the game and do rated PvP for the rewards. I mean, your elite set. Your elite sets are usually pretty cool. This one, unfortunately, is kind of whack. I'm not a huge fan of the purple and that brass color. Just not my style. But nonetheless, it's a reward. I don't have many transmogs. I don't do a whole lot of transmog farms, but I know I can get my elite set, so that's why I do it. It's a reward. I know I can get it, so I'm going to get it on all the healers I play. Your vicious mounts. You get your vicious mounts. Vicious mounts are usually really cool. I find them much cooler than the glad mounts 9 out of 10 times. I mean, these mounts look awesome. My favorite is this vicious Sabertooth from Dragonflight. I mean, he just looks mean and awesome. That flag displayed on the back is absolutely amazing. I am very much on faction pride. It's like seeing the American flag right there. It's just like, wow, that's a symbol of my faction. It just invokes so much pride and honor when I see that Horde flag. It's absolutely amazing. That's why I love these vicious mounts. He's mean and angry. This mount looks amazing. That's why I do PvP. But when you really look at the rewards for PvP, there's not a whole lot. I mean, just covering the elite set and the vicious mount, that's already like 40% of the rewards you can get. The more rewards you can get are going more and more into the ratings. Your weapon appearance, the jackpot appearance for your weapon. It's kind of cool for this season, jackpot. It looks like, I don't know what it looks like, but the title is jackpot, so I'm assuming it looks like a jackpot if a jackpot was to have a color. Your gladiator mounts, your gladiator title, your pennant, your tabard, your cloak. There's just not a whole lot of rewards you can actually earn, and not a whole lot of rewards that are actually accessible to the main majority of the PvP player base. So not only are there not a whole lot of rewards you can get by playing PvP, most of the rewards in PvP are completely cut off to a wide majority of players, because, I mean, you're not going to really expect your average player to continuously get 2400 every season, especially when you have just poor balance changes, and the most important thing, MMR scuffs in this game. Yeah, it's kind of hard to kind of pin those rewards against players when the whole system is pretty much against them to get those rewards. It's a little bit unfortunate. But even disregarding the rewards we currently have and all the other problems, you look at the rewards we do have and you realize there's no actual real reward system in this game. No real reward progression system that you're actively working throughout that season and achieving. There's nothing like that. You get your elite set, that's over. Your elite set's done. You get your glad mount, okay, that's over. It's done. That's really it. I mean, you have your, obviously, gladiator mounts, as I just talked about, for 3v3. 2v2 has nothing. You can't get gladiator in 2v2. RBGs, I'm not even sure there is a reward for RBGs. Battleground Blitz, you get your prize marshal, prize warlord title. Shuffle, you get a pennant that you can't even use in a majority of PvP content. Like, these rewards are so bad, and it's such a demoralizing feeling when you're PvPing and you're legit just not getting anything for it. When players aren't actively being rewarded and feel like they're not working towards anything, yes, it gets demoralizing, because once they finish their vicious mount, which is a lot of people, what a lot of people go for, once they get their elite set, that's just like, it's just over. They finish and then it's done. There's nothing to really keep them grounded in the game. However, maybe we could change that. One thing I do want to talk about is these renown systems. I know the term renown has been scarred in many people's brains since Shadowlands, 80 tiers, all tied to player power. It is absolutely horrendous. That term is just always going to remind me of Shadowlands. However, Dragonflight and The War Within have done these renown systems so well, in my opinion. Look at my Hall of Arathi. I solely do PvP. You know, I barely just got into like doing like worldly activities like delves and whatnot, and I actually found them fun. But I solely do PvP. If something has to be really good to take me away from my battlegrounds and my arenas, and you see here my Hall of Arathi reputation is actually filled out. The reason why I filled this out is because I saw that this Hall of Arathi rep, these reps that I cared nothing for, had this cool mount, the Lynx mount, and I was like, wow, you know what? In terms of like lore, I'm a big lore guy, an aesthetic guy. I love Hall of I love the Arathi, I love the lore, I love the aesthetic, and so seeing this Lynx was like, wow, this is a big cat. This is awesome. I feel like a true Hall of Arathi in my Arathi gear. It looks amazing. So guess what I did? I did world quests, I got my rep up, and I finished my Hall of Arathi reputation. Because you know why? The rewards were cool. They were so cool, and it's such an odd feeling of actually doing something and getting rewards. It's a feeling that is not understanding of a PvPer. It felt so refreshing and so awesome that I stopped doing PvP to fill out my Arathi reputation. And guess what? I'm doing the same thing for my other stuff, for my Assembly of the Deeps, for my Council of Dornegal. You know, it's absolutely awesome. You know, the Azure Span rep with the Tuskar and whatnot, I finished that too. And you know what I got? These cool otters. A scouting otter and an otter with frickin' armor. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely dope. You know what? I saw this cool golden blimp. What did I need to do to get it? I saw I needed to go kill some stupid head in Undermine. Guess what I did? I killed him and I got this. You know why? Because it's a reward and it's cool. Those feelings do not exist in PvP. There's nothing that could entice a new player or even a veteran player to do PvP to get. Nothing. There's no real reward system. So let's take some inspiration from what's already in the game and apply it to PvP. Number one being your honor level. Your honor level was a system added in Legion, and you got some rewards on certain tiers or certain levels. The most common reward being the prestigious mounts. These mounts are awesome. I mean, you have mounts for different levels, 125, 150, 250, you know, 15, 70, 500. I mean, these mounts look amazing. And such a cool system. Guess what they did with it? Nothing. No improvisations, no improvements, nothing to fit the current season, nothing. It's simply just an account level, an account PvP level. That's literally all it is. But we can innovate it to fit the modern problem, which is finding a PvP solution for our rewards. Taking the honor level, or sorry, the renown system here, and adding it to PvP. I'm going to show you a screenshot here of what I think it would look like for PvP. I know it looks scuffed. I don't know how to do any edits and whatnot, so I know it looks scuffed and pretty lame and whack. I literally made this like 2 hours ago. I was like, okay, I gotta record. But this is something that I think would be pretty cool when it comes to a reward system. And you can see here, it's obviously inspiration of the Renown system, clear inspiration of what is typically a battle pass in a lot of games. But you see here, this would be what I would call the prestigious levels. Your prestigious levels, you know, a system that you're constantly working throughout the season to earn honor by doing your PvP activities to increase your prestigious levels and get rewards through each tier. Now, obviously, the difference between something like this and your current renown systems for all this stuff is that, you know, there's player power when it comes to these things, because it's all due to worldly activities. You know, I mean, you see here the Hall of Arathi. You see that there's like stuff like lighting the way. You know, there's currency, and there's a lot of other stuff that you can gain to help you in your travels throughout the world. we're gonna try not to do that when it comes to something like this, because, well, you don't want to give anyone an unfair advantage. Like, if there was like a tier that rewarded 15% movement speed in a battleground, yeah, that'd be a little bit ridiculous. You know, this person has a clear advantage over me when he gets to this page of his prestigious levels. It's not gonna be like that. So this is going to be something that everybody's gonna have access to, whether you're a casual player or a arena and RBG player. Everybody's going to have access to this, and they're going to be able to progress through this the same way as any other player. It's not going to be locked behind anything, no rating ties. Everybody's going to be able to progress through this. PvP lacks something like that. Everything in terms of rewards all come with a rating. This will have no rating attached to it, and everybody can be able to progress through this. Now, when it comes to your honor level, I mean, it would either be the same thing, but it would be for the season. I feel like this lifetime honor is just really just, who cares about this stuff? I'm not a high honor level. I'm 646. I have friends who are clearly above 1,000, and nothing. It merits nothing. It merits nothing. However, if it was changed to be a seasonal level rather than a lifetime level, a seasonal level to kind of display your overall progress throughout that season, I think that'll be a little bit freshening. You know, see this person at like level 100 or level like 150, like, you know, like 2 weeks into the season, like, wow, this guy's grinding. You know, I think that'll be a little bit better than a lifetime honor level. But looking at these prestigious levels, you know, in terms of what the rewards can be, I mean, it's literally just taking the rewards that we currently have in the game, but just placing them in the tier system. And by that, I mean transmogs, I mean weapon illusions, weapon transmogs, mounts, obviously, campsites, you know, PvP currency, gold, your seasonal vicious mount, your new glyphs that they could bring back into the game, usable PvP items, campsites, you know, all this stuff that's currently in the game that we can earn by doing something of relevance to it, adding them in this PvP tier system that we could earn by PvPing. To go more into detail about why I chose those rewards to be the rewards that you can get from PvP, I mean, player housing is coming in no time, and what better way to, you know, upgrade your house is if you can earn different recipes by advancing your prestigious level to get new recipes for your house. I mean, this could be obviously related to PvP in terms of the decor, like there'll obviously be a shield, a bloody sword, you know, banners or flags representing your faction, stuff like that. Adding them into the prestigious level system, I think would be really cool. New glyphs. Glyphs are awesome. You know, the customization and appearance of your character is what everybody loves to see in terms of, you know, really enhancing their visuals when it comes to the game. Because the game's pretty boring as it is, so if I can change the way it looks by glyphs, I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, probably my most favorite glyph in the game is the Avenging Wrath glyph for Paladins that displays the 4 wings rather than the regular Avenging Wrath wings. I think that's awesome. And so if we can get new glyphs that customize our spells, whether it's the colors, I think that'd be really cool. And you can't say, well, what about PvP advantage? You know, you can't change the appearance of a skill because, you know, it'll be awkward in PvP and this guy doesn't really know what he's facing. I say to you, Glyph of Stars literally changes the entire appearance of your Moonkin form. I mean, I'll show a bunch of screenshots of what people have for ideas in terms of glyphs for their minions or for, you know, certain effects on spells. Absolutely amazing stuff. If we could have those glyphs in the prestigious system to earn as you progress through it, I think that's really cool. Campsites. I really like these campsites. I saw this was available. I was like, what achievement do I need to do to get my Galagio campsite? I did it immediately and I was like, wow, this is awesome. I love this. Same thing with the Cultist Quay. I don't even like this campsite, but I was so feeling myself by getting the Galagio campsite. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get this one real quick. And what did I need to do? I needed to do delves, a whole lot of delves. You know what? I didn't care. I did them and I maxed out my delve progression pretty early in the season, and I got my campsite. It was a reward for my efforts, and it felt really great. Even if I didn't even like the reward itself, it felt great to earn something compared to PvP, where you earn nothing. Something similar to this, I think, would be pretty cool. But looking into how the tiers are, I mean, obviously it wouldn't be placed like this, but you can see how it would look. You have your beginning tier, you can get PvP currency in this tier, honor, bloody tokens, Medals of Conquest, not Conquest itself, because if you're capped, then it's like, okay, well that kind of stinks, you kind of just don't get anything. Medals of Conquest, so you can send that to your alts. Titles. I don't even know how I get half of my titles, or how I got any of my titles in this game. Then we go over to the further tiers to see here we have our tier 100. This is where obviously all this stuff kind of gets ramped up a lot. You see there we have our Vicious Mount. I think that the Vicious Mount as a standalone system is pretty whack. You get the mount and that's it. And now you're progressing through your Vicious Saddles to unlock old mounts. I think it's a little bit wonky and just very flat, because there's nothing to build up to it. You just get your mount and that's it, compared to this where you're working through all the tiers. When you finally get to the last tier, boom, your Vicious Mount. We have an ensemble full sets of whatever the hell it is that Blizzard decides to create. We have our weapon illusions, your housing recipe, and then of course gold. PvPers have been asking for a way to earn gold to PvP, whether that's challenges or just through the strong boxes. Well, this tier, prestigious tier, will give you gold on certain tiers, and a chunk of gold, not like that, not some random sacks of gold that have like 300. No, we're talking about like the thousands. We're talking about like 10,000 gold for getting to these tiers. All right, we're talking about real ways to earn money, because me farming all these herbs and ores, they only last me for like 2 days until I transmog all my gold away. So an actual way to earn gold by progressing to my prestigious level, I think would be really cool. Now, this may not be entirely what is the answer for a PvP reward system, but it's something I thought of, and I think that's the main thing that we could all really ask for, is just ideas, because there's been nothing. I mean, literally no innovation, no creativity for PvP in years, and it's very sad to see. It's very demoralizing. My main goal for this channel, and just as a PvPer, is to ensure the health and the growth of the PvP player base, because I love PvP. PvP has given me friends and people to share my experiences with, and just overall give me a really nice community to play around with and to just have fun with. But I'm very lucky because I do LFG, I play solo, and it's just really miserable. PvPers are just not nice, they're rude, they're sad, and lame, because why wouldn't they be? They're playing a system, or they're playing a game mode that will give them nothing. They win, they get nothing, and when they lose, they get a heaping handful of more nothingness. So it's really sad. It's such a awful state to see what once was my beautiful PvP world. And so I can't even as someone that tries to advocate for PvP, I can never sit there and say, yeah, you guys should try PvP. If you're a new player, try PvP. If you're a new healer, try healing in PvP. I can't say that legitimately, because I don't want them to not have fun in this game, so I'll tell them to go PvE, because I know that's fun. That's the state that PvP is in right now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and of course if you did, you gotta leave a like right down below to push this video to hopefully get some more ideas and more brains on board.